So when you're building your RC drift track, you gotta have your drift car. This is gonna be a fun episode. So I am here at my kitchen. This is Speed Trends Racing, and I'm doing something a little bit different today. So this is my son's RC car. I made a video about a month ago saying that I was gonna try to make a RC drift track at the shop. And be able to have my buddies and friends and new friends come by the shop and drift it, you know, on their RC cars on the weekends. And so I got all the floor cleaned, but now we got to be able to actually make one out of chalk or a marker or whatever we can find at the shop. And you got to have an RC car to drift. So my son, he has this RC car. It's a Traxxas Lutrax Tenton. Teton? I don't know how to pronounce this, but it's basically like about $125–150 RC car. It's 1/18th scale. And my son, of course, he's 6 years old. He goes full throttle on this thing and it breaks all the time. And the last thing that he did is he ran it in to the couch over here and it went underneath the couch and then it died. And so I took it to my friend Chris Payne and we looked it over and we found out that on this plug, so I'm not like a super whiz at RC cars, I'm still learning, but this plug, the positive and the negative, you can see how like they look like they're like coming off. Well, they're soldered in really good. He did a really good job. And one of them that I did, when I soldered it, it fell off, and then the other one was like coming off. It was like held on by a couple threads. So he rewired that. We took it all down to the engine, and the motor. I had a spare motor that I got when we bought this thing for Christmas about a year ago. It came with one, and so we put the battery on and put these cables onto the one that I was going to replace it with, and it turned over. And so I took it all apart, put the engine back on, and now it runs, which is great, but I got to put the body on, and then right now this thing's all-wheel drive, and I have these slick tires. I don't know, there's got to be a name for these wheels, but you can drift really good with these tires. And I guess they're based off of a T37, but they look pretty cool. And it gives it a good stance, but this thing will just spin in circles like crazy. But the one thing I wanted to try is I was going to pull the axles out of the front and actually see if it actually makes a difference. So yeah, let's get to work. But before we start this video, I gotta tell you all about this thing. So my son has owned this Traxxas for about 1.5 years. He got it for Christmas, and he's driven it about a total of 20 minutes. He's broke it a bunch of different times, but that's what 6-year-olds do, man. They go and they take this thing wide open and they go and make a right and then flip it a bunch of times in a parking lot, or they go and they take it off a skateboard ramp. Oh, now you broke a hub. Well,
good thing those didn't break.
nope. No, you broke a hub. That's really bad. Oh well. Back to drawing board. So let's just say that this thing has been through a lot, right? So let's take the body off and I'll show you all the parts we replaced. So everything on this thing comes plastic. So you upgrade most of the suspension parts with aluminum, and then it just makes it a lot more strong. So we got lower control arms on this thing, and this is all Amazon stuff, by the way, and nothing name brand. Then we got upgraded axles, and then there's only one roadkill fix. I did a JB Weld job on this upper control arm, because that's the time when my son took this thing off of a skateboard ramp. So we're gonna go and change off all the tires and put these ones on, and it takes like no tools at all, just a screwdriver. Well, no, we don't even need that. We just need this Allen key right there for these wheels. And then we're gonna go and pull the axles out and see what it'll do. Man, this thing is super fun. So as you guys can see, this thing is all-wheel drive. And as I'm driving this thing around, I'm definitely a novice at driving. I have some friends that are probably 10 times, 100 times better than I am. But I was curious, I wanted to see if I could pull the front shafts out of this thing and see if it would actually be able to like control a drift and stuff like what you guys would see in videos online. So I'm gonna pull the drive shafts out. It's real easy to do. And just like that, this thing is real world drive, baby. So basically what I did is I took my nice axles out. We're talking, dude, these are 15 bucks a set, you know? And I had my stock plastic ones, and I took the yoke off, and you can put the yoke back in and just put the wheel stud back on the front. And then, dude, I mean, you got your tires that stay on and your rear wheel drive. So let's check this thing out on our little mini track over here. Man, this thing is so much more fun to try to drift. So I'm not good at this, but I'm gonna try my best. Does great donuts. But I definitely got to put it on a big track to be able to try to drift it. Woo! Oh yeah. Get a little closer action. Hold on. And there you guys have it. Carson's RC drift car. That is rear wheel drive now. So I'm no expert at all, but the open diff, I don't know if that's supposed to be spinning all the time. I don't know if that's going to be like an overheating problem or anything, but these parts for this thing is like super duper cheap. So I cannot wait for this weekend. Me and my son will take this to the shop and we'll map out a track. And I really want to do a track that is a track you can go in real life, like Laguna Seca. That'd be cool. And then trace it out with like chalk or tape or whatever. I won't be able to have any like sweet elevation changes like the 6 or 8 drop or anything, but that'd be cool because everybody kind of knows that track and see what this thing can do. I don't know if it's going to be any good or not, but it'll be definitely fun to have this out on the little track at the shop with friends and family. And man, just it's nice to be working on something, you know, that is very simple and you can just do it on your kitchen table. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you guys have a blessed day, weekend, and hope you guys are enjoying the weather, and peace.